It's been a while since I dropped this shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, yeah. You know we don't play games. I'm blessed, I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse, I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas, they using me. They want my energy, ain't nothing new, this is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah. They're controlling the youth, agenda abusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with a Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got to that. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beard, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games.
He's heating up.
East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know we don't play games, yeah. East Coast with that gang gang,
He's
West
heating
Coast
up.
with that gang gang, global with that gang gang, nigga. You know
He's on fire.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Destroy it! Throw it in the fire! Just let it go!
As a small fat who is also white,
Pizza is a vegetable.
Skinny privilege literally exists.
I'm sharing my own lived experience.
Sexy fishes!
I'm perfectly healthy.
Lazy little beach.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me!
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Ooh. Welcome everyone to episode 22 hundo and 23 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gamecast, mancast, boomcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin'. On fucking all you,
It's the fucking Catalina wine.
Oh yeah, all right.
Fucking Catalina wine!
Welcome everyone. Welcome Swole fam. Everyone that is tuning in. What's up, Nick, Pedro? How we doing? Beach, Twisted Yoga Girl. How we doing? Tina, Kim. Like I said, Josh, Sergeant Bear, Base Bunny Love, Katharina, Cerny, Lady Justice, Ash. We got the whole fam here. Let's get a little America going. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June the 7th, and it's around 11 a.m. Eastern time, a nice little morning swole, getting back into the morning swole flow. So hopefully, those of you that are listening in, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to the channels, because a lot of you have been telling me that your subscriptions, make sure you check on that. If you're a member, of course, you get priority access notifications. So all those links to join the Swole fam, join Swole Enormous X are in the comments down below or in the description. But I've been getting a bunch of messages about getting unsubscribed from podcasts and also from the live stream channel. So if you're not getting your alerts, make sure that you look and make sure you turn those alerts on, because what happens with all these social media apps is as they've matured over the past 5, 6, 7+ years, people subscribe to so many channels, they subscribe to so many podcasts, and then eventually they just get a lot of alerts for like when people leave their alerts on, they're less likely to use the app because a lot of people don't understand that they can turn off their notifications. So they subscribe to a podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or a YouTube channel, and they just get an alert every single time, like, YouTube, like, hey, a new video, hey, a new video, hey, a new video. They don't realize they can adjust that, and they say, oh, fuck this, it's so annoying, and they just delete the app or they delete all that stuff. So YouTube has started, over the past years, it's nothing new. YouTube and these channels have deleted subscriptions that people don't listen to often. So if you haven't listened, or if you haven't tuned in, or you haven't used it on a particular app, you haven't caught the live stream or a podcast on a particular app, it'll kind of clean house for you. That way it's not annoying you for things that you don't watch lately. So just keep an eye out for that. Plus they censor the fuck out of me. So they're eager to delete me from your playlist.
That's fucking bullshit.
So make sure you check that out. If you're not getting your alerts, turn them on. But of course, if you join the fam, you get priority notifications. You'll never miss a single live stream. That being said, it's all good. Let's get more round of applause. We're here though. We're here. Just wanted to say that because I've gotten a few messages in the last couple days about the Daily Swole not being present in your playlist. But we got a very special guest. It's Tainty Tuesday. We're about to bust the nut open. We're about to get started. So first, you could drop what you smashed today. Hope you went to the fucking gym. Hope you made your gains. Or if you haven't yet, you're going to. And drop that in the comments down below. But we got a special guest. What we got? We got a little bit of a... Oh my God, so cute. We got some Papa Swolio. Oh, look at that sexy beach. Hi, baby girl. Hi, mama. Yeah, Papa Swolio back on the show. What's up, you sexy beach? We've had some Tainty Boy lately. I know it's Tainty Tuesday, but I felt like I wanted some Papa Swolio today. How is it being back on the show? Oh, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Boo. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, get out of here. All right, you're going to do that after all that? After all that, come on, we're live. You can't get comfortable. Look at her leg kicking out. She can't get comfortable. Okay, there you go. How come all the dogs are just they lay like idiots? They lay like idiots. They just have to be like over the bed. Tainty Boy is halfway off onto the floor. I love you, baby girl. Oh, she's such a cutie pie. All right, Papa Swolio. So we got an awesome card today in her honor. And of course, we'll have her a lot on the podcast. We'll put her up in the corner a little bit now and again. So let's get into it. Let's summon the Falcon, bust the nut. Let's have a great fucking day, fam. Are you ready? Let's go. Drum roll. Come on, Falcon. Come on, baby. Falcon. Fucking aced it. Nailed it. Let's go. Gotta ring the bell. Look at that. That's a nice little card there. I know it's Tainty Tuesday, but we still got the Tainty canvas just on Papa Swolio. Thank you, Leo, for drinking like a raging alcoholic. Jesus Christ, put it down. Put it down. For God's sake.
Inconceivable!
How can you drink every single day? Every single day. Drinking. Every single day. Boozing. All right. Hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. And, of course, all of you, a lot of you have a Papa Swole of your own, but she's a sexy little biche, and we are glad to have her back on the Mancast. Just going to be like rotating through the different puppers. I'm not sure if Pinkston Churchill will stay in the bed over there. She likes to like lay on your lap. So we'll see. Maybe we'll actually get a real taint cam. We'll just put her like, have to rest her right on the taint. No, I really won't do that. It's kind of creepy. But we'll try to get all the rotation. We'll try to get every pup on here. We'll just rotate through. But hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into today's episode. Let's get into that tip, biches. Let's get into that tip. Moisturize. Oh, yeah. Babe,
That's a nice
just
one.
an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. Papa Swolio and the fam are fucking live. How are we doing on a Tuesday? So a reminder, yesterday's episode was a couple things. Yesterday's episode was our weekly accountability meeting inside Swole Enormous X. So that's available inside Swole TV. Great new releases and great conversation, great questions, by the way, for those of you members that were there. Also, not only that, there was an upload posting some more Swolosophy on the Daily Swole podcast channel. So if you are subscribed to the audio, make sure you listen to 2222, yesterday's episode. It was a placeholder, essentially letting everyone know that today's episode is a private accountability meeting. But make sure you listen to that audio because it is fire. It is fire. Most people don't, and we know that. Most people don't. It's one of our famous Swole cards and, signature series. Most people don't. We all know that. And understand that when you pursue the 7 pillars, when you start approaching your training in this manner, when you start approaching your life in this manner, most people are not going to understand. Most people are not going to understand you being essentially a lone wolf, essentially going through this path. Not that other people won't agree with you or you won't have other people in your circle that will undertake this journey with you, but it's really a solo journey. And you might do it with other people. Even though you're doing it alone, you might bring along other people for the ride. They might want to join you. They might do it with you, but it's for you. And you have to understand and learn and adapt. And I think the most challenging part about the 7 pillars is you have to understand you're doing this for yourself. And it's the practice and the adaptation and learning and experiencing what it's like to do things on your own, regardless of what other people think. And some of you are new to that. I've been doing that kind of stuff for a long time, and I didn't realize to what extent until I got involved with, started doing the podcast and doing all these different things. You realize how differently this mindset is from what most people do. And the more you go out in public and you talk to other people and you experience it and you bring your meals places or you make different choices than what the majority make, the average of your friends and family and coworkers, you realize what stark contrast. 2 different worlds, 2 different realities that people are living in. And I'm not talking about socially and politically. I'm just talking about from fundamentally understanding how important it is to take care of the human body and what it actually takes to do that. Most people are so satisfied just stuffing their face with anything, and they don't realize the grandeur and the impact of what they're doing. So just keep that in mind and listen to that little Swolosophy bit, 2222 on the podcast, if you haven't checked it out yet, if you're just watching live. And you don't listen, let's say you just watch the videos, make sure you go check out the podcast because I'm going to be dropping more Swolosophy on the Daily Swole podcast. We're going to have some more Swole calls coming up. So very exciting times. Very exciting times. All right, let's get into the first Swole fan post. Let's do it.
What's in the box?
All right, so these posts are, of course, from Inside the Swole fam. You could join over there at swolenormousx.com. Check out all our programs, training, yoga, meditation, so much more. All 7 pillars inside Swole Enormous X. Post here from Joanne. And Joanne writes, so I remember years ago when I first started looking into diet and exercise that I read somewhere that stored body fat also contained a lot of stored toxins that you may have been consuming at the time. And that when you are burning the fat, those toxins can be released, causing feelings of sickness, fatigue, headaches, etc. I am curious as to whether or not this is fact or fiction. Does anybody know? I actually don't know. I will say that it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know if, I mean, you're always releasing toxins. Your body is always clarifying and purifying itself. I mean, your body is always cleansing itself. But the thing is, sometimes certain things like heavy metals can get stored up in the body and lodged, and you do have fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. I just can't speak on to the extent of what types of toxins and what quantities and what levels, but your body does regenerate and cells, you have cellular renewal over the course of, months and months. Your body regenerates all its cells and stuff and red blood cells. But you do have a certain things like heavy metals that do build up in the body that don't cleanse or get out as easily because they will attach to other molecules. They will get quote unquote lodged in certain areas and they can have buildup. So it really depends on to what level, what you're consuming. And a lot of people are consuming a lot of products that do have toxins like heavy metals. But and to speak on the extent of that, I can't speak on the actual like quantity or the details on that. But you're always, just understand that your body is always cleaning itself out. This is why when someone asks about a juice cleanse or the fit tea and something like, hey, let me drink this tea and then it'll flush me out. Really what that's doing is making you shit your brains out so you feel like you're cleansing, but your body will cleanse itself more or less. There might be certain things, like I said, heavy metals. You could have heavy metal toxicity that build up from poor eating habits or certain processed foods. So it really depends, but I think there's certain tests that you can do to test for toxicity. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's, again, a lot of people in the chat, I think it's valid. I just can't speak as to like the exact, what's valid about it, like in detail. Okay, post here from John. I love it. Hi, first time post. Been lurking for a couple weeks. Got John lurking in the corner. I'm John and I'm trying to get healthy. I've always been a bigger guy and I want to change that. And this looks like a good community to take this journey with. Currently 359 pounds, trying to get down to 200. Bro, we are here for it. We are here for it. I like that shirt, dude. Good for you, John. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam. You're going to crush it with us, bro. Really excited to get you on your journey and make sure you start sharing a little bit about what you're doing. So just to touch upon what John was just eager to do, losing weight. But of course, if you're just joining the Swole fam, we need to know details. So in order to make those positive changes, you have to really consciously understand what you're currently doing, and sharing that with the Swole fam allows us to help you navigate. Because remember, habitual changes, if you just do a complete 180, it's very hard to stick to that for some people, for most people. So those gradual changes, those micro changes. Atomic Habits is a great book that helps you understand the structure of creating good habit patterns. And that's all that habits are. They're patterns. They're things that they're things that you can structure around a reward system, similar to how you would treat a dog and reinforce a good habit with a dog, or a new skill following a certain word or command with a reward at the end, and creating that pattern over time, but breaking it off into very small pieces, because it's very easy to say, hey, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to sleep better. I'm going to do all these things. These are really ingrained habits. These are a lot of things that go into getting to sleep earlier that we always talk about. A lot of things go into that. It's not just laying down and going to sleep. It's all the habits that lead up to that point, and making sure that you start doing them earlier and you prepare certain things that you used to do late at night and swapping them around, time management. So it takes some time to restructure that. So welcome, John. All right, post here from Kirsty. This is my first post. Oh, we got another one. Let's get a little round of applause for Kirsty. All right. This is my first post, been part of the Swole fam since the beginning of 2022. I'm a week into my elimination diet and already seeing results. It's incredible. I'm finally looking like myself again after being 10 months postpartum. I feel amazing. And I think it says thanks or thank you, and it's actually not continue. It says see more. So boo. I wasn't given the whole fucking post. Boo, boo, boo. All right, so we assume it's thank you, or thank you for helping me or open my eyes to this. Welcome to the Swole fam, Kirsty. I wish we had the rest of your post here, but keep on kicking ass. 10 months postpartum on the elimination diet and crushing it. Good for you. Good for you. All right, we got two more. We got one from Brenda, flexing some results. We're not going to go through all these different. This is, I guess, an app on the phone that talks about what we got? Oh, it's like a app recorder. So good for you, Brenda. We're not going to go into those details, but she writes, after a literal week off for recovery, I am back at it for leg and shoulders day. I may not be lifting heavy enough for hypertrophy yet, but fitness, lifestyle, and swole privilege is a marathon, not a sprint. Goddamn right. It's absolutely a marathon. Remember, these are habits. These are lifestyle habits and approaches that you're setting for the rest of your life. And the Daily Swole here is to help you stay consistent and focused on your 7 fucking pillars. Sure, we go over some ridiculous posts and we answer some ridiculous fucking questions, but it's all with the intent on keeping you on your North Star. That's what the 7 pillars are. It's your North Star. It's your North Star. It keeps you focused on the things that you can control. And if you focus on the things that you can control, guess what? You're going to control them a lot better, aren't you? And if you control them a lot better, you are going to get the outcome from controlling those things. And the 7 pillars are all things that you can control. And if you don't know what those are, you can download your free copy over there at swolenormousx.com if you are new to the show. Stella, hey fam, wanted to rant a little. We like a fucking rant. Cut my heel. Oh no, I broke a glass and stepped on it. Shit, hurts like hell and I can't do any cardio apart from spinning bike. Well, that's all right. Not a huge deal, but I so hate being in pain. Well, it hasn't stopped me from working out, so I guess what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Hashtag go to the fucking gym. All right, sorry to hear about that, Stella. You might want to do, I don't know if you could do swimming, but you might also want to do, you could do some yin yoga or something. You know, there's a lot of supine exercise that you can do in order to still be active but not put pressure on your foot. I'm so sorry to hear that. I agree, Elijah. Or go buy a 7 pillars flag. I agree. Speaking of flags, I do have that pulled up. So if you haven't checked out all the apparel over there at papaswolio.com, remember, you can use code DailySwole for 10% off. Let me just scroll through. We got so many designs. If you're watching the show, you're seeing all of them. We got so many awesome things. And if you see the flags here, Elijah, I know, has the entire collection. We got the 7 pillars. We have the Swole fam flag, Swole since birth. But that 7 pillars flag is gold. Everyone should have a 7 pillars flag because then you can look at it and it's a reminder. And it just runs in the background there. It's like a little app on your phone. It's in your brain, always in the background. Did I focus on the 7 pillars today? Did I focus on those things that I can control today? And of course, we got the Captain Swolio and all this other amazing gear. We got the Sun the Nips, Toxic Muscularity, all that good shit too. But go check out those flags. Perfect time of year to fly a flag high with the Swole fam. Okay, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Let's take some questions. We got some Papa Swolio. Got the aw. You're such a cute bitch. You're such a cute bitch.
I gave it a
sexy bitch.
a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Give you kisses. I give you kisses. I give you kisses because you're so cute. You're such a cute bitch. We got a Papa Swolio card too. So hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode. So let's take a couple questions. If you have them, drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. If you asked earlier, I might have missed it. So just copy, paste, and drop it down here again. Let's take one from the live chat. This one's from Aaron Rue. Papa Swolio. I do group weight classes that involve an hour of lifting / hit cardio. It's full body, high reps, AMRAP, as many reps as possible. For those that don't know the acronym. In order to survive, I don't lift heavy, but I do exhaust myself. Is this efficient? My honest opinion, no. I think a weight class, I think you're just doing cardio. You're just doing cardio. If you're not lifting heavy, but you're exhausting yourself, you're just exhausting yourself. You're not really building muscle. It might be something that can build a little muscle for someone who's brand new, but you're not really doing hypertrophy. You're lifting for cardio. So again, this kind of goes to what I was talking about. I think it was 2 days ago, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I talked so much, but I might have been during the accountability meeting as well, or Sunday, but a lot of personal trainers, I think it was Sunday. I think it was a Sunday Fun Day Q&A. A lot of trainers just try to exhaust their clients. So the client keeps on coming back for more. You want to make someone feel in the short term. You want to make someone feel in the short term tired. And wow, I really got my ass beat. This is really working. Feeling tired isn't the goal. That's not how you build muscles, feeling exhausted. So anyone that tells you that is just incorrect. It's incorrect. When I'm done training, I don't feel destroyed. I might feel pumped. I might feel, that was a hell of a workout. I might feel, tight and, swollen, right? I might do some mobility and stuff, but I'm not like, oh my God, exhausted. That's not what lifting weights does to you. You're not floored. You're not exhausted. You're not wiped the fuck out. You are if you're doing cardio. You are if you're doing like burpees or as many reps as possible. That's not how you build muscle. That's not how you build muscle. That's how you feel tired. That's how you risk injury from moving too quickly and not focusing on form. You're focusing on hitting a certain amount of reps and hitting a new goal or making a certain time. That's when people cut corners. But you're usually not lifting enough heavy weights to risk a lot of injury, but you're just going to leave in a puddle of sweat. You're probably sweating like crazy. You're probably sweating like fucking crazy. You're like, oh my God, that was brutal. Yeah, I mean, you survived, but your body adapts to cardio very effectively and very efficiently. And you're not building enough lean mass to actually have to be raising your metabolic rate so you're metabolizing fat once you settle back down. You're just doing a lot of cardio. You're just doing a lot of cardio. Now, I'm not saying you don't have any kind of benefit from it. It's better than sitting on your ass watching Netflix, but you're better off doing a muscle building program because you'll actually create more overload on your muscles. Because if you're not lifting heavy weights, you're just doing cardio. You're just doing cardio. So building muscle and using progressive overload will actually metabolize more fat in the long run. Just a fact. Just a fact. This is why most people, and let me ask you another question, and I'm not saying that you're wasting your time, but Aaron, let me ask you, how do people look in that class? Are they ripped or are they kind of like skinny fat or overweight or obese? Like, what do the other people look like in that class? And where are all the lean people and the muscular people at? They're probably in the free weight section. Just saying, this is the beyond average. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Pedro, doesn't that also set the bar so high and the body adapts to cardio to the point that it becomes reliant on that protocol for continued homeostasis? Your body just adapts. Your body is always constantly adapting. Always constantly adapting. This is what the body does. The body adapts to whatever you do. This is like exactly, Pedro's exactly right. This is what the body does. The body will always adapt. That's what the body is doing when you're lifting heavy weights. Your body is trying to adapt to lifting those heavy weights over the course of weeks and months. And with proper nutrition, with proper recovery, following the 7 pillars, guess what happens? You repair muscle tissue more effectively. You repair the muscle tissue. Your body builds more lean mass in order to handle that kind of resistance again in the future, because your body doesn't want to be in pain. It wants to meet that demand. And if it can't meet that demand, you'll have the micro trauma or macro trauma, and you'll have injury and you'll have breakdown. And that's what we call under recovery or overtraining, however you want to word it. But yeah, very important. When you're doing cardio, this is why when a lot of people doing cardio, most of the people doing cardio at your gyms, if you notice, they're not in great shape. You don't really want to look like them, do you? They're walking on the treadmill, they're on the elliptical. Go lift some fucking weights. The people that are muscular and lean are lifting the fucking weights. They're not doing the cardio. I'm not saying you can't do cardio and be lean. What I'm saying is most people, even people that are muscular, they're way too much attention on those boring ass cardio machines. There's better ways to get cardiovascular benefits. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but you need to lean your training towards higher intensity weight training. Aaron, it's a class offered at a spin studio. Yeah, I mean, it's a cardio gym. It's a cardio, like if you go to a spin studio, you're going to have a weight class. No one's going to want to do heavy weightlifting at a spin studio. People are going there to do cardio because they don't have to really feel that burn too much. I know spinning is, you know what the thing is about spinning? A lot of that shit's just the same after a while. Yeah, you're going to be tired, you're going to be sweaty, but you just get good at it. And it's not going to be as exhausting. With weight training, if you're doing it properly, it's always a challenge. Like spinning doesn't continuously get more and more and more challenging, does it? The class is a class and it's hard and you might be sweaty, but you adapt to it because it's fucking cardio. You just don't need to kill yourself on that stuff. Plus, spinning is just awful for your taint. It's awful for your posture. It's just, it compounds people's terrible posture already. You're better off going for a long walk, lifting weights, doing sauna, getting quality sleep. You know, it's all important. I'm not saying you can't do it if you really enjoy it, but a lot of people do things. Most people do things for a result. You know, they say they enjoy it. Yeah, okay, you enjoy, I love spinning. Do you love spinning, or do you think it's actually getting you healthier? Like, people still want the results. So it's like, why don't you do things that get you those results, and you're going to like that? How do you want to look? How do you want to like really feel? How do you want to function? A lot of people do spinning because it's easy. You just sit on a bike and you fucking pedal. Not that you're not going to be tired or sore, but there's not that much to think about. You just move your legs, pedal, 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 pedal. Weightlifting, you have to really push yourself and you have to do different things. And oh my God, I'm going to have to like think. It's like, that's why classes do it. They take away the thought process, which can be a good thing in some instances, but it's very one-dimensional. And that's why a lot of people that do spinning, nothing to write home about, right? Elijah, Papa Swole, I have a lot of issues with neck and back pain after sleeping at night. Do you have any suggestions for pillows, etc., that may help? Yeah, how do you sleep, dude? We talked about this the other day. I think it might have been Ask Papa Swole. This last Sunday was great. You might want to use, if you're a back sleeper, put a bolster or a big pillow underneath your knees. And you don't want your head to be like bent up. You want it to be like under your neck, like maybe a roll or like a soft pillow that goes under your neck. Also, if you sleep on your side, I would recommend a body pillow. That way you can put your top leg over, keeps your spine aligned. You can rest your arm over. Body pillows are fantastic. And it could also be your bed if it's not firm enough. Okay, let's see here. Chris, does anyone know about muscle building in case someone has widened aortas or is susceptible to aneurysm? I would speak to a medical professional on that one. I'm not going to venture. Is a widened aorta what makes someone susceptible? I'm not an aneurysm expert. Let's see. Pedro, thanks, Papa. That's why 1 hour running or biking, the body will become reliant on that method in order to stay, quote unquote, where you're at. Resistance training is where it's at. This is why a lot of people that do physical activities, like, hey, but I work all day. I do construction. It's like, all right, but you're not yoked doing construction. You might be strong. You might have good muscle endurance, but people that do physical jobs are usually not, they might be strong in certain areas, but it's a lot of movement repetition. They're not going to have necessarily definition and, proper proportions, and they might have overuse injuries, but you adapt to it. I walk all day at work. Okay. I do 10,000 steps. Fuck your 10,000 steps. Seriously, fuck your 10,000 steps. It's great to walk, but don't act like that replaces weight training. Some people get obsessed with this watch kind of shit. I haven't done my 10,000 steps. Who cares? Right? If you're lifting weights, you're eating healthy, you're doing your mobility, you're getting quality sleep, you can do 5,000 steps. That's not going to like, oh, I didn't get 10,000. I'm going to die. Okay. People get obsessed with that number. 10,000 is such an arbitrary fucking number. 7,000. Why not 9,500? Why not 12,000? Why not 20,000? Why not 5? Just keep that in mind. Like, a lot of people that try to get their 10,000 steps are the people that look like they try to get 10,000 steps every day. They don't lift some fucking weights. Go lift some fucking weights. Let's go.
Yow.
Come on now.
We choose truth over fact.
Let's go. Let's go. Cerny, Papa Swolia, watched the Swole in 7 sandbag yesterday. You watched it? You didn't do it? You do it? Come on, Cerny.
That's fucking bullshit.
Come on. I love how Cerny's sitting there with not with popcorn, probably sitting with a steak, like, I'm just watching the Swole in 7 sandbag. I'm just watching Papa Swolia work out. I was exhausted just watching it. Do you always use that much weight when you do it? Oftentimes, yeah. I have a couple different weighted sandbags. I got a couple more. I have a 150, I have a 70, and I have a 100. You can fill them up to different. You don't have to fill it up all the way, and they'll usually take a little bit more sand too. But that one was filled to 150 pounds. So it depends. It depends. It's the same thing with kettlebells. Sometimes I go super heavy, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do higher repetition. So for the sandbag, sometimes you go lighter, sometimes you go heavier. But with those kinds of movements, sometimes you're just trying to grease the groove and do more higher repetition. So sandbag, kettlebell, mace bell, Indian club, those are the best. Those are my favorite ways to do things like cardio, plus the sled. They're very functional ways to do cardio. And if you're doing the Indian club and you're out there in the sun, you're moving it, you're doing 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking reps with each arm, you're going to be sweating. Your hands, your grip strength, your forearms, everything, you're going to be sweating. You might not be out of breath like, but you're getting your heart rate up and you are doing cardiovascular activity. So it comes in different forms. Cardio is just a blanket term. You're doing cardiovascular. Right now, I am, very oxidative in terms of my physiology, like where my body is metabolizing fuel the most. I'm not performing a lot of activity right now. I'm sitting here talking. So I'm not using a lot of energy. I'm not burning, quote unquote, utilizing a lot of calories, but of the calories I'm utilizing, I am utilizing the majority of them from fat stores, just because in the oxidative process, it's lower intensity, longer duration. So when you're sitting around, sleeping, in the shower, eating food, when you're hanging out, your body is metabolizing mostly fat. You're just doing it at a lower level because you don't need that much energy when you're not training intensely. When you're sitting around, you don't need a lot of energy. So your body in the oxidative phase, when you're not, let's say, sprinting or lifting weights, your body will shift over to a more efficient form of, you get more ATP from metabolizing fat at rest. So the point is building more lean mass. So your body has to maintain more lean mass at rest, meaning you'll utilize more fat at rest. Understand? So if you're raising your resting metabolic rate by having more lean tissue, your body has to maintain more of that lean tissue, and it will tap into more fat stores throughout the day because you're raising that base level. So you will metabolize more fat in general. And this is what most people's goal is from doing more cardio, right? Honestly, most people do more cardio because they want to lose more fat, but that's not like a direct correlation right there. Doesn't mean you can't do cardio. It's just not like, hey, I want to burn fat. Let me go for a run. Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to work for you well. Ain't going to do too well. All right. Hashtag Papa Swolio. Papa Swolio. Hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card because we got a sexy little beach. Oh, baby girl. She's all knocked the fuck out. Papa Swolio on the man cast today. Very nice. Looking sexy. Looking sexy.
Hello, baby.
All right. Drop that in the comments down below. Extra fitness. What's your meal frequency? I eat once a day, maybe twice a day, depending on how I feel. Sometimes I'll eat some fruit or something light during the day or some raw honey around when I'm training middle of the day. And then I'll have a bigger meal in the later afternoon, early evening. That's pretty much my meal frequency lately. All right, let's see here. What about 100,000 steps? Oh my God, 100. This guy, Jake, and I will walk 500 miles. You're literally watching. How far is 10,000 steps? 100,000 steps. What's the approximation? Someone can Google that right now. How far is approximately for the average person? What's 100,000 steps? What about 100,000 steps? Let's see if you can do 100,000 steps a day. People do 10,000 steps a day times 10. Like, how far is that? Yeesh. That's exactly right, Joe. I always see that more people are obsessed with the calorie count over the steps. That's exactly right. People are obsessed with the calories, obsessed with the fucking macros. If you solve the micronutrient issues, the macros, you're going to be satisfied. Remember, your body is trying to get micronutrients. You can get protein, carbs, and fat, but you're still going to have cravings. You're still going to have health problems. This is why vegans have major health problems after a few months or a few years. It's because they're getting macronutrients, but they're missing the fucking vitamins and the minerals. They're missing the micronutrients. Those add up. Sometimes you can go for years with serious deficiencies, and it'll catch up to you. It's not good. It's not good. Papa Swole, can I get a fucking Matt Damon? You fucking can.
Matt Damon.
Goddamn right. Good call, Tyler. Good call. We needed a little Matt Damon. All right, we are live right now. We got some balls deep coming, so we're going to shift over there in a second. Make sure you share the stream right now. Share. We all know that YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you're watching, Rumble, Odyssey won't promote my podcast. They're not going to share it. They're not going to promote it live, but you all can. So share that in the comments. Share it to someone that needs some knowledge cock. Share. Let's see. Terry, I've done marathon training. I was healthier, but didn't lose that much weight and didn't improve my mobility or strength. So what do you mean you were healthier if it wasn't improving your mobility or your strength? I get what you're saying though. It's only effective. Not that it's not going to improve you in certain areas, right? I mean, if you do marathon and running training, it's going to get you better at handling that. But of course, if you don't have proper mobility, proper strength, maybe the nutrition, running and form for running, proper form for running is a real big one. A lot of people have terrible form, running with these elevated heels and these moon shoes that really just stifle your proper posture. All right, Aaron, Papa Solio, my local farmer friend, keep that person close, offered me beef that is grass-fed in the summer and given feed in the winter. She said there's no grass to eat in the winter. Well, if they have hay and they have grass, said it's just as good as grass-fed beef. What's your opinion? I mean, offered you like free food, that's a whole different conversation. If it's like, hey, I offered it to you, I'm like, fucking take that shit. Is it just as good as grass-fed beef? There's a reason why you look for grass-fed, grass-finished, because if they're given feed in the winter, then it's not 100% grass-fed. And climates that do have winter, they'll usually get hay and grass and stuff during the summer, and then stockpile that for the cattle for the winter. So you want to opt ideally for, because the feed, like in the grains and stuff, what's in the feed? If it's grains and corn and soy, then it definitely negatively affects their health. So one of the problems with just when it says grass-fed beef, if you go to the store, it says grass-fed beef, it needs to say grass-fed and grass-finished or 100% grass-fed beef. It has to say that. And a lot of marketing, it's very skeezy. It's always been skeezy with nutrition facts and stuff like that. But it has to say 100% grass-fed or grass-fed and grass-finished, which means it was given grass its entire life, because it does negatively affect the omega, the fatty acid profile, and the health of the animals before slaughter. A lot of times they do that at the end because it's convenient and it'll fatten them up a little bit more. They'll get a little bit more volume out of the cattle as they're slaughtered, but you really want to get a healthy animal to the end. So she said it's just as good. Like, what's her qualification or his qualification of just as good? A lot of things are just as good. A lot of people think that going to a fast food restaurant during the day is just as good. I'm just getting some food. I'm just gonna have a snack just once, getting a venti mocha choca fucking pumpkin spice with 6 pumps of sugar jizz in there, or like, because it's Pride Month, so people get like a rainbow sugar coffee. Well, it's just once. It's just today. It's just once today. A lot of people, just as good in our society is not good enough, in my opinion. Eduardo, sup, Papa Swole, what are your thoughts on the upcoming food crisis? I like how you put in quotes, as if we're not in one right now. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Now, in terms of like what we're going to feel here in the United States, it's going to hit like third world countries a lot more. So everyone's virtue signaling about shit in the United States and acting like they fucking care. It's going to affect poor countries first. So what kind of shortages are we going to be starving, or certain items? I think more and more certain items are going to be out of stock or harder to come by. It's not going to hit yet. It's not going to hit until you're feeling it already, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse in the fall and the winter for sure. It's because a lot of these shortages with fertilizer and grains and stuff like that, a lot of which is not going to affect a lot of us because we don't eat that shit anyway, but it takes time for the farming cycle. There's nothing to, you can't gather the crops together when you didn't plant them the year before. So there's a delay. Everything's been delayed since the COVID crisis, since they shut down the supply chains and fucked over our goddamn economy on purpose, or just on purpose and as a result of complete fucking incompetence. It's a whiplash effect. So all the shortages are like, it's that whip, right? Remember the blockages in the ports in LA and stuff like that? A lot of that stuff is still there. It's still happening. It's just not covered by the media all the time. So if you're in the industry, you can comment down below, but there's still shortages. There's still driver and trucker shortages. There's still gas prices and diesel. You think because Brandon shuts down pipelines and eliminates our energy independence, you think it's not going to affect your food? Food prices are going to go up. Food prices are going to go up because if diesel prices go up, which they will, and they're going to fucking skyrocket, and they're going to continue to skyrocket, guess what? Your deliveries are more expensive. So everything you buy goes up because it costs more to deliver them. So you might just be buying a table, and your table is not going to go up 50% because it costs 50% more to fucking deliver it to you. So it's all going to be built in, and it's going to continue, to skyrocket because of that whip effect. All right. 60 miles, 100,000 steps is 60 fucking miles. So you're walking 50 miles a day. God damn. Tiff, hey Papa, whenever I do some sort of lower body pulses, I get very lightheaded. Do you have any idea why? I'm not holding my breath and it happens with or without weights. I would be curious as to your breath. You said you're not holding your breath. Could be your nutrition. Has this always happened? When you're doing lower body, the reason why a lot of people get lightheaded during lower body exercise is because when you're training, your body flushes the muscles with blood. So you're going to have more oxygen circulating your lower body. So if you're not, if you're not consuming enough sugar, of course, blood sugar and everything, more fluid goes to your lower body, which is why a lot of people get lightheaded. You might want to, if you get lightheaded, just lay down, put your feet up. Just curious as to other aspects of your nutrition. Tyler, does shortages of products in stores caused by the government / Democrats? You mean Democrats? How does it work? What do you mean? Clarify that. What do you mean in terms of we kind of just talked about it a second ago. I'm scrolling down for questions. In terms of supply chains. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we've had the shortages. Most of it is because it's self-inflicted. It's inflicted because of the shutdowns. That's why the shortages were happening. It's the shutdowns. It was the mandates. It's all the things. It's all of it. This administration is blaming Putin for all the fucking problems, and it's not even close to correct.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it's not even close to correct. It's exacerbating it, and it's a nice cover. Notice how Biden, in every single conference, is just blaming everyone else, blaming Putin, blaming the Republicans, blaming Trump. It's like, it's you, bro. It's you. We're energy independent a couple years ago. It's because you keep on shutting shit down, and everyone's pretending, everyone's like jerking each other off for Pride Month, and we're being so inclusive, blah blah blah. Well, now we have to go get oil and shit from Saudi Arabia, who would like execute you if you're fucking gay. So stop acting like you give a shit about rights, because we keep on outsourcing to countries that have nowhere near the just constant human rights violations in terms of our perspective. So stop pushing. We need to be independent. I always talk about this, and we're going to move on to some balls deep content in a second. But if you want to be independent when it comes to your health, right? You want to be independent when it comes to your 7 pillars. Same thing when it comes to your energy. You want to be as independent as possible, self-sustaining. You want to be vulnerable. Do you want to not eat because China changed some fucking policy? You want to not eat because Putin wants to invade Ukraine. Okay, how does that affect us? I mean, from a personal level, it fucking doesn't until it affects supply chains, or they're going to blame it on certain things like that. It's like, I want to make sure I have my things to survive and to do well for me. You need to be able to handle shit on your own. You need to be able to be self-sustaining. But the problem is, in a more global economy, we're more and more dependent on other places, but we shouldn't be for energy. Energy is the most important thing. Energy is the most important thing. The most important thing. So a good sign is that a lot of the, because Bitcoin, energy will eventually be priced in Bitcoin, as more and more of these power and energy companies start, instead of grounding a lot of their wasted energy, will start using proof of work mining for Bitcoin mining companies, stranded or wasted or surplus energy, which is the situation. So there's more surplus energy that's wasted than is used for the Bitcoin mining network. So as more and more of these energy companies start using proof of work mining in order to offset their costs, that's going to be the future, and they're going to profit massively. Elijah, I have not. Did you see What is a Woman? Pretty damn good. I've been meaning to. I just haven't been able to sit down and watch that. So I haven't done so yet, but I will. And I'm sure it's good. The Daily Wire rarely puts out flops. So definitely stoked to see that. Let's go balls deep, bitches. Let's fucking go. That's fucking deep. That's deep. That's deep. It's so fucking deep. So fucking deep. It's so deep. It's so deep. All right, let's get into some balls deep content. All right, let's get a little Papa Swolio. By the way, hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. And there is that sexy beach. Aww. You see that right there? You see right there in the front of her right mouth? She has an underbite, as always, but she lost a tooth. You see that little tooth, that little space? She lost one of her gunch teeth. Aww. I don't know when it came out. I remember her smiling at me, and she had like a tooth missing. I'm like, baby girl, you lost a tooth. You only got like 6 left. All right, so hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into the first balls deep post. We got a couple posts here to go through. 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Let's do this one first. We got one from Nicole Cruz RD. All right. Nicole Cruz This is the undergunch of the interwebs, the darkest places that no one wants to go. Sometimes you might eat a chocolate chip cookie because you're hungry. Other times, you might eat 3 because they're warm out of the oven and smell delicious. Both are part of normal, conscious, and intuitive eating. All right, there you go.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah. Sometimes you'll do crystal meth. Sometimes you'll do a lot of crystal meth. Both are normal. Okay, more justifications to eat shit. And like, oh, Papa Swole, you're comparing crystal meth to cookies. Have you seen the way people eat cookies? Have you seen the way people act around sugar? And here's the thing. When it comes to crystal meth, just saying, I'm not a crystal meth expert, but how many different types of crystal meth is there? Like, how many types of crystal meth? Like, we usually, maybe a couple, right? I know you could probably take it and you could probably smoke it and, I don't know, inject it. Well, I don't fucking know. Who cares? But there's probably a couple ways that you can use crystal meth. How many ways are there to consume sugar? Think about this. All right. How many ways are there to do heroin? A couple. I'm sure there's the same way, right? A couple. Inject, smoke, whatever. Snort. Okay. There's only a few different holes, but how many different ways can you consume sugar? I'm not talking about the mouth, but I'm talking about like, how many different ways can you consume sugar? How many different forms are they going to make sugar? You might have a couple when it comes to these street drugs. How many different ways? You go to the supermarket, there's thousands. Endless amounts of sugar. Endless amounts. So think about how unbalanced it is. It's very addictive, exceptionally addictive, and it's everywhere. It's just legal. It's just legal. All right, just think about it differently. Imagine if there were like hundreds of different types of crystal meth and you can go to a supermarket. You can go to a supermarket and there's just like crystal meth everywhere. Like, wow, what kind of crystal meth do I want? It's pretty similar. Have you ever seen people try to go off sugar? You've done it. Have you ever seen kids, you take away something, they freak the fuck out? People freak the fuck out. Think about, okay, you want to call sugar not an addiction? You want to call these foods and these habits not addictive? Think about what I do for a living. Think about how people react to me telling them to stop eating a fucking cookie. Like, stop eating that shit. Stop eating that shit. Eat some real fucking food. You're not going to want a goddamn cookie. Stop eating that shit. They lose their fucking minds. They can't do it. I couldn't do it. I had a cheat meal. People have to get their fucking fix. Think about it. If you think about it like a drug addiction, it's scary as shit. Fucking mind-blowingly obvious. All right, this one's from Fierce Fatty. Indeed. A very apt name. Very apt name, right? You don't look that fat anymore. Are you fat phobic now? Are you fat phobic? Are you fat phobic now?
I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Looks like fat phobia to me. Looks like fucking fat phobia. Who told you could eat my cookies? Who told you you could eat my cookies? All right, so Fierce Fatty is going to educate us on the determinants of health. So let's take advice from someone whose name is Fierce Fatty. How the fuck did this cunt get a blue check mark? Do you know, like, a long time ago, I sent in all the required verifications for Instagram. Not only is Swolenormous, it's a registered trademark. It's a registered trademark. I have, like, the business LLC. I sent all that, but no verification. Yeah, you're not real. We're not verifying you. You know why? Because it's not about actually being verified. It's some fucking, like, social jerk, circle jerk. How are you verified? You're a verified fat person? Awesome. Okay, determinants of health. So we have a shitty pie chart. All right, determinants of health. 24% social circumstances. I don't know where you're getting these numbers from. This is made up, pulled out of your asshole. 22% genetics and biology. Where are you getting this from? Medical care is 11%. Environment is 7%. Environment is 7%. Exposure to guns? What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck is that?
Exposure to guns. I guess you can get shot by guns. Pollution, location, and allergens. Environment is a lot more than that. Environment is individual behavior. It is social. That's your environment. That's what you're surrounded with. Individual behavior is only 36% of your health. Really? 36%. You don't say. 36%. Let me go, let's go check this out. So we put the 7 pillars here. So your community, your environment, what you surround yourself with, your nutrition, your training, your recovery, your mobility, your mindfulness, that's 36%. That's 36%. You can go fuck yourself. Okay, nonsense. And of course, gender identity. Oh yeah, your gender identity has to do with your health. Your race and ethnicity, social status, social connectedness, sexual orientation has to do with your health. It doesn't. Citizenship status. What? History of incarceration. Yeah, if you're a terrible fucking person. Okay. Military service. This doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay. There's more to that. There's a second part, which is why I'm kind of moving on, because that pie chart is like, you could literally shit in the toilet bowl, take a picture, and it would look better than that pie chart, be more accurate. She continues, there are so many things that influence health, and most are not in our control.
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Weight is not a behavior and is not in our control for the vast majority of people. Yeah, quite the opposite, actually. The moralistic value that society places on healthy bodies is ableism, healthism, and not helpful for anyone. Ableism. Yes. Take care of your body if you can. But if you do, oh my God, you're a bad person because other people can't take care of their bodies. Like, yes, most people can make improvements, but they just don't. They're also not encouraged to. Remember, you get the COVID vaccine because we said so. And hey, we'll give you a free cheeseburger and fries. We'll even give you a free gram of cocaine if you get the vaccine, because we don't give a fuck. Stay inside. Don't go out in the sun. Eat cheeseburgers. Be a good person. Health is largely a social justice issue. It's not. Health is not attainable for many. It is. Healthy is a temporary state. It's not. Health is a social construct. It's not. Jesus fucking Christ, how stupid can you get?
Matt Damon.
Oh my God, this is getting worse every time I read a fucking syllable. Want to improve health? Here are some ideas. All right, let's take advice. All right, fierce fatty personal trainer. Pay people more, work fewer hours. Okay.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Paying people more does not improve health. You know what improves health? Having hard money. A Bitcoin standard would improve health. But if you constantly inflate the currency by printing more, you could pay people $1,000 an hour. If the currency's hyperinflated, it doesn't fucking work. You know what happens when you raise the minimum wage, when you don't let the market decide? You put small businesses out of business. You make it harder for businesses to make a profit, and they can't hire quality people, and they can't hire unskilled labor. If you want to work at McDonald's, okay, here's the thing. If you want to work at McDonald's, but who works at McDonald's? Usually entry-level jobs. Like, where did you get your first job? You could drop that in the live chat below. Where did you get your first job from? Where did you work? Maybe a paper boy. You worked at a lemonade stand or something. You worked at a fair. You worked in a sandwich shop or hardware store and shit. I did some of those things, right? When you raise the minimum wage to $20 an hour, you're not going to pay someone who's never done this job in their life. You're going to pay someone that you can get what's worth $20 an hour, or because you have to hire less employees because you can't afford it. So the entry-level job, you can't get job anymore. You can't get work. So what do you have to do? This leads to universal basic income, which is almost essential now, but that just continues to inflate the currency and continues to debase the value of our currency and, send us down the shitter. So anyway, stop perpetuating bigotry. Okay.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
Okay. Bigotry has nothing to do with health. What are you talking about? Obviously nothing coherent. Gun control. Gun control is literally authoritarianism. This doesn't make any sense. Have you heard in the news, everyone's like, we need background checks and waiting periods. What the fuck do you think happens now? What do you think happens now? This comes from people that never tried to buy a firearm. Okay. If you have I have my concealed carry, I can buy a firearm, go there, and I can take it home the same day because I've gone through deep background checks. They'll scrape the fucking taint of your existence to give you a concealed carry. It took months to get that shit. Anyone that's gotten that knows. I mean, it depends on the time. It took me like 2 or 3 months for that to come in the mail. You had to go get fingerprints at the police station and shit like that. Gun control. If you don't have a concealed carry, you have to wait like 5 or 7 fucking days. They'll do a back. You don't just walk out with this shit. It's stupid. And guess what gun control is for? Gun control takes away the right to have guns from law-abiding citizens. Criminals are going to have guns. It's a farce. It's a scam. I covered this on the Red, White, and Swole podcast. If you want to check it out. Support people's mental health and community belonging by virtue signaling, by lying to them. Yeah, obesity is healthy. And last one, improved access to quality evidence-based healthcare. We do have evidence-based healthcare. We do have quality healthcare. We just don't have, it's just overpriced and it's inflated because of all the red tape and the insurance and blah, blah. We don't have a free market economy and all that shit. So you can go fuck yourself as always. You can go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
All right. But we made it. We made it. We need to have waiting periods and background checks. We already do. We have that. It just so happens that bad people going to do bad things. Criminals going to crimin. Criminals going to crime, right? Criminals be criming. Sir Crime-a-Lot. I don't know. Like what criminals going to be like, ah, shit, I would rob this bank, but my background check has not come back. You know, I'm waiting on my background check so I can rob this person of their watch on the side of the road. Wow, that was stupid. How was that person verified on Instagram? You know what verification does? It actually is like, well, this person's a valid person. This person knows what they're talking about. You should pay attention. They're verified. Doesn't mean they're a real person. It means Instagram is literally vouching for that person, essentially. Fucking retards. Okay, this one's from Nick McDermott. Speaking of tards, if you're a non-fat provider, you need to have a hyphen there. That's an improper grammar for non-fat. If you're a non-fat provider working with fat clients, I implore you to remove the phrase, quote, how about we put weight loss on the back burner from your vocabulary. A non-fat provider, what does that mean? I don't know. With working with fat clients. So if I'm a non-fat provider, so I provide non-fat or like a Starbucks, like non-fat milk or something. If I work, I'm trying to picture, okay, a fat person comes in. So I'm not going to say, how about we put weight loss on the back burner? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. Does anyone understand? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm glad I don't know what that means. That's like Forrest Gump talking to, I don't know. Forrest Gump talking to like fucking I Am Sam. You know, you're not supposed to understand what that conversation's. You're not supposed to understand what's going on there. You're not supposed to. You're really not supposed to. Okay. I'm glad I don't get it. Sometimes I'm really happy that I'm like, I have no idea what they're fucking saying. Cool. I'm happy being up here. All right, let's get into some videos. Number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. Hey-o, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Make sure you share the stream right now. We're live, and we got some awesome gunch pose. Who's ready for some fucking epic shit? Let's go. Share the stream. Share. Like and comment. Look at that Papa Swolio looking sexy like a smack.
Boom shakalaka!
Papa Swolio in your motherfucking face. Hashtag Papa Swolio for a chance to win today's Swole card. All right, let's do, we got one from Cerny represent. Cerny, number 2.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Okay, that gets longer every time I play that soundboard. This is a dietitian, what I eat in a day. This says relatable, non-diet, intuitive. So this is a dietitian. This is someone on TikTok that is saying that they're a dietitian. And what does a dietitian mean? It's like, I'm going to help you eat healthy. This is how you're supposed to eat healthy. And this says reminder, do not copy. All bodies' needs are unique. How unique, really? how unique are all bodies' needs? I would venture that most people need closer to the same thing than they do different. Wouldn't you say, in terms of nutrition? Wouldn't you say? Okay, check this out. Nobody needs this, just from the first image. Let's take a look.
Here's another relatable what I eat in a day. I started with an iced latte with salted cold foam. I mixed protein powder into my milk with cereal and berries, and sourdough with cream cheese and fruit.
Okay, I'm gonna slow down because this chick